Hello everybody, it's Adam coming at you once again. I know it's been a minute, been busy all summer doing different things. You know how it goes, life gets in the way. But anyway, I am right now up at deer camp. Believe it or not, the Pennsylvania archery season opens tomorrow. So if you look here, I got my tent, everything's all set up, and we are ready to go hunting in the morning. So with that said, I have a few things I need to get ready right now. I have to head down to a stand. I will show you guys shortly, and we'll talk a little bit more as we go. I have to apologize also right in the beginning here, because I am using my old Sony camera. I'm not using my GoPro, so there's like the stabilization's horrible on it. And reason being is because this has a lot better zoom for looking at deer far away. That's the reason I'm using this cam right now. But alright, we have to head down the field here and go check out a couple stands. Alright, this is one of our old food plots that we did not get a chance to plant this year. But if you look closely, it is still full of all chicory. Oh, a deer just ran right there. It's still full of chicory and clover. And so it's still a good food plot. That is another one just went. This is a pine grove right to our left right here, so there's a lot of deer like to bed down in there. But where I'm heading to right now, that looks like a deer bed right there. Where we are heading to right now is, you guys might recognize it, but it's the hickory stand where I would always hunt. And it's right there in that tree there. And the reason why I want to go up there is because I have a camera mount up in that tree. But, let me turn you around here. But the one trunk of the tree has a huge bee's nest in it. Now granted, they're honeybees, but still, I don't want to go pissing them off. So I'm going to listen. If they're flying in and out, I'm not going to go up. But if they're dormant, I may go up there and try to get that that camera mount out, because I want to go put it in another stand for tomorrow. That's a weird looking thing. And as we come around here, we're coming up to another food plot that we have that we actually did not plant this year. We concentrated all of our efforts into some other food plots this year, because these ones are still sustaining for the most part. So we are going to check and see what we can find. There's the hickory stand right there. Usually it's all camoed up and stuff like that, but I did not do that this year because of the bees that were in it. All the other stands I did, not this one. I don't know if you can see. There's all the bees. And I am getting out of here. I'm not sticking around. Goodbye. So there it is. My job right now is I have to put a rope, hang a rope that I can be able to tow my my bow and everything up, so I don't got to carry it up the ladder. So, got a spool of 550 cord, and I'm gonna head up there. So this is the view that I have right now. I can see over into the hayfield. Be a little better once the leaves are gone. I can see our food plot right there. Right there, we have a hole dug, and there's a little pond right there. We call it the honey hole. So deer could come and take a drink. I got a huge run right underneath me right there. And on top of that, I could see right down here into the pasture and all the way up. Hopefully it's a good spot. Alright, one thing you always want to do with this camel cord, after you cut it, you want to take a lighter and fuse the end of it, and then just put a simple overhand knot there. Reason being is because, say you're pulling your gun or your bow up and the knot slips, your knot will catch on this and it won't come undone. And two, it keeps it obviously from the center core riding up and getting your rope all messed up and scrunched up and everything like that. I've been doing it this way for years and I've never had a problem every time I've done this. So yep, just use the lighter, as you can see right there. Use the lighter a little bit and fuse it together, and then just a simple overhand knot makes it a heck of a lot easier. And then make sure you always tie this to the rung of the ladder down bottom, so that way you're not searching for it in the dark. Did you see that? He was sitting there staring. I'm trying to pull the camera out really quick. Alright. This is one of our platform stands. We built this about 3 years ago out of heavy lumber. It stood probably a little higher than my head here, and we would put a blind on it. And over the summer we had an ash tree come down and blow right through it. Look at that. And that's a tree that we never suspected of falling. Completely demolished the stand. It took us an entire weekend to build this thing. It's kind of disheartening. Now granted, the long beams are still good, but the rest of it is just destroyed. Absolutely nothing left to it. I painted the stand. I built it, painted it, hunted many deer, hunted many days out of the stand. And I don't know if you remember in some of my previous videos, right down there is where I had, I think it was like 5 doe, and they bedded right there, and they were there for an entire day. And I could not move until they left. That was a long day. So this comes to show, you got to be really careful out here, guys. Really careful. Alright, right here is what we call the pine tree stand. Simply because it's in a pine tree, I guess. But it overlooks this food plot here that we did not plant this year because it was just too darn wet. We did spray weed killer around the edges to keep from weeds encroaching, and there is some clover and some chicory still coming up here, but not much. This is a major artery. If you've seen any of my past videos, I was sitting in that stand, and that's when I was videotaping all the deer during the rut, all right in through here and coming down through the woods and stuff like that. But like I said, this wasn't the stand that we were too worried about right now. Like I said, it is a major artery, so if we do want to sit here, we'll probably see something, but we didn't have time to trim it. I did replace the ratchet straps on it, but we still need time to, we still have to trim it a little bit. Alright, this is standing up near the road, and the pine tree stand is right down here. My new stand is right there at the bottom of the field. The hickory stand's right above it. That platform stand that was smashed was right down in here. And the camp is right up on the other side of those pine trees right there. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a pond right there. And right behind us is the road. Now this stand here is what we call the high stand. And pretty much because it's high, it's probably the highest stand that we have here. And it overlooks this hill. Alright, it looks high from this end, but this is a steep hill. And if you look at it, you're not level with it, but you're not that far up. And that's overlooking this side of this food plot. Now this is a food plot that we spread lots and lots of seed on. As you see, it's coming through, but the problem that we ran into is from all the rain that we've had this year, it completely waterlogged it. But as you can see, there is some good stuff coming up in it. And that's it right there. I came through and replaced the ratchet straps on it a few weeks ago and trimmed up around it to make sure that it was pretty good. So let's walk up around here. Look at even the deer coming this way through here. Look at all the tracks. Now this is all really thick right in here. I'm sitting in the stand right now, but you can see it's good for deer to come passing through. We did plant some rye all in through there and down into over there. I don't know if you can see, but if you see, we're right on the edge of a cornfield. And the deer come down, there's a break in the stone wall right here, they come right through. They either go up that way or down this way. So we'll see what happens, hopefully. Now this is the food plot that we probably put the most time and energy into. We killed it all off with weed killer. We tilled the ground and planted. But as you can see, the wet weather has really taken its toll on it. And I'm really debating. Look at the seeds are starting to mold and everything. That's the bad part about this. But there's our stand right there for this food plot here. Got the cornfield right behind. Now there's a lot of deer that move through here. And I'm really debating on sitting in this stand first thing in the morning. But this stand is a stand that we 100% strap into, and it's just not comfortable to be in there for more than 2, maybe 3 hours max. And I would like to hunt a little bit longer than that. I could always start out in the bottom stand and move up to this one, or start in this one and move down to the other one, but then you're spooking, you're moving through the woods and stuff like that. But really don't want to have to do that. I mean, this stand is awesome, but it's not the most comfortable, to say the least. That's like a stand that you sit in. Oh, this thing's not open all the way. This is the stand that you sit in just the last 2 hours of light or something like that. That was funny. In that double stand, I was sitting there talking to the camera. I put the camera down and a deer walked in right behind me. I don't know if I caught it. I tried to zoom in on it, but it was in the brush. So I don't know if I'll put that clip in or not. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the stands that we hunt. We do have another one that sits, we have 2 more that sit up there. One sits on this side of the woods and one sits back about 150 yards from the top of that field back into the woods. But that's I don't plan on hunting that stand. I was just up in that stand. I replaced ratchet straps in it, but it's not, something ate the seat on it, so it's not, that would not be a comfortable stand to sit in. So like I said, that's pretty much my plan. I plan on starting the morning in here because of that bedding area and them coming out, and then in the afternoon sitting down in my stand at the bottom of that field and just see what's roaming on the property. Midday, I don't know, I'll probably nap. Alright, we're going to head back across the road. There's probably more around. She's about 75 yards away from me. Oh, there's another one right there. There they go. I'll be following them up the hill. There's those 2 deer right there. Three. This deer sees me and it's coming towards me. My battery's almost dead. I hope I can stay. Look at, she's coming right to me. I hope you can see it. There she is, right there. I'm knelt down right now. Look at her. She's a young'un. Not a shooter. We don't shoot young doe around here. We only shoot mature does. Look at her. Let's see if I can zoom in on her. Just a little bit more. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. She saw me move. Was that cool or what? She came right up to me. She was friggin' less than 20 yards from me. More like feet from me. They only ran over here to this field over here. I could probably walk right back up to them. Oh, that's fantastic. Alright, got the jet boil here. I'm heating up some water, and on the menu tonight is some north sides with some dried mixed vegetables in with it. We'll see how it goes. Just keeping it simple. I do have 2 MREs in the car, but they're like way past their dates, so we may open them up and just play with them and see what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell, but across the field here, across the street over there, I can't see because of the sunlight, but there was, oh, I don't see them now. There was 9 deer right there in that field earlier. Not sure where they went to. Alright, I gotta show you guys this. I'm gonna try to zoom in and hold it as steady as I can to show you. Okay, I counted 15 deer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And there was more down in there. You can see one right there. 18. Come on, bugs. Look at that. Is that insane or what? Let's see, is that? No, that's just leaves. Yeah, there's two right there. Those are two babies right there. Awesome. Oh, there's a deer right there in front of me. That's right where I'm walking. Now, I didn't see anything in this field, but I wasn't being exactly quiet coming over. But you can now see the other half of this field over here. And you can see a bunch over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But here's a stand. This is a clamp-on stand. I don't hunt this one very much. I know Dustin does, but this is like a peak hour stand. You hunt here at first light and maybe right at dark. It's, other than that, there's no real sense in hunting this stand right here. Alright, back at the campsite now. I'm going to eat some dinner, and I'll probably be turning in here shortly. Camera shows a lot brighter than it actually is out here. It's starting to get dark, and as soon as that sun goes over the hill, it starts getting dark really quickly around here. So, with that said, one thing I'm going to bring up too is a lot of people say you're hunting property that you shouldn't touch it as much as possible, that you should, leave it alone and just go in there during the deer season. I think just the opposite. I think if you're working the land, doing things, they kind of get used to you being here, so that way they're not too spooked when they do see you or smell you and stuff like that. They know you're in the area. A lot of people might disagree. That's how we work it, and never had a problem. So, alright, might bring you back tonight, might not. We'll see what happens. Alright, catch you in a bit. Holy shit. Holy shit, did you see that? Good morning. Opening morning of archery season. We already had a little bit of excitement. Had a big black bear come through. Probably 200 pounds, 220 pounds, something like that. It's somewhere right down here in front of me. I don't know where it went. I tried to catch it on camera. I don't know if I did or not because it was still kind of dark. I did grab some pictures with the cell phone. I could throw them in if I didn't get a video of it. Alright, let's sit and wait. been pretty slow so far this morning since those couple of deer that I saw. So I'm probably going to sit for another half an hour and then head back to camp and wait till this evening. I might go sit in a different stand. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I may go sit in a different stand for the afternoon, but this evening I can go down bottom there. But like I said, we'll sit for probably about another half an hour and go from there. There's a deer right there in the food plot that you saw. You're not going to believe this, but there was a deer bedded down right in front of me in the stand. Never even saw him until I got out and started walking. He jumped up and ran. It was a big doe, but right in front of me. Never even saw it come in. Sat there all morning. Never even saw it. And she was bedded down right there in that brush right in front of me. So I'm still watching this doe up here in the food plot. I want to see if there's any others. I can only see one. Alright, it's a little after noon, or right around noon, right in that area. And took a little break and then I came down. I'm now sitting in the pine tree stand. Figure we'll see what's moving in and out of this thick stuff, if we could. It's a lot better in the fall. With the leaves it's a little more difficult. But you can look here and see my view. Turn you around here. Hopefully we can see something moving around in here. It's funny, we saw all those deer last night. Now, today during the day, absolutely nothing, which is expected. I am not surprised by this. I kind of knew this was going to happen. And then look down here into the stream bed and around. A lot of times you'll see them right in this lane here, crossing over about 3/4 of the way up. There's a major deer trail that runs through there. So I'm actually getting a little warm here. I might have to unzip my jacket for a while. And turn you around here. I have to once again apologize for the stabilization of this camera. Like I said, it's minimal to none. So if it's a little shaky, it is what it is. I'm sorry, but this camera zooms in really good, unlike what the GoPro does. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, been sitting here for probably about 2 hours now. Haven't seen a thing. I know this time of year is kind of dumb to sit midday, but I had nothing better going on, so I figured I might as well sit. Well, I think I'm going to call it in a little bit. Walk back up and then get ready for this evening's hunt. So, we'll see what happens. Well, we're back at it. Got camp all cleaned up. As you can see behind me, the tent is gone. Everything's packed in the car. It's about 5 o'clock. Time to head down to my stand down there and sit for the evening hunt. We'll see what comes up. Hopefully we get something coming through. That's Buddy the buck. Holy crap. Did you see that? I was walking down the hill and friggin' 50 yards from my tent. There's those two big bucks and then that small one right there in front of me. I guess I'm not going to walk this way. I'm going to walk down the other side of the field and try to get to my stand because they went in right where I was going to walk in. So, alright, let's see. Alright, we're in the stand now. Let's hope these, one of these three buck come through that I saw before. We'll see what happens. Here's my view. We got three doe that just came out into the field. One there, and there's two right there. Oh, there's another one. Four. They're far out. They're probably almost 200 yards out. Look at that one doe. She's freaking huge. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. He's a nice size one. Big 6. He's still a youngin' though. He's about 80 yards away. And he's pooping. That's funny. I was wrong. He's an 8-pointer. I just pulled the binoculars out and checked. Not too bad of a size. Nice little basket rack. Let me look around with binoculars, see if there's anything else around. Alright, another buck just came up with him. It's like a small 4-pointer. There he is. There's the other one. See if they pick their heads up here. There's that one. Are they fighting? They're fighting a little bit. No shit. Look at that. He just walked up in front of me. I took a video on my cell phone instead of the camera here. But there he is right there. He's headed up. I wonder if he's going up to that ground scrape that's up there. Might be. That little one came out and ran up this way. All the doe are still out there in the field. And I thought I saw something else come out too. Probably can't focus. One, two, up. There you go. All those doe are still out there in the field. That actually looks like that spike. Starting to get exciting. Let's wait and see what else comes out. We just had these two doe come out in front of me. I don't know where they came from. The one on the left looks like a nice mature doe. need to cut a lane through here. We got about 40 minutes until the end of hunting hours. A couple of those doors still out there in that field, which yesterday they came back over this way. I'm not seeing anything else down here as of yet. All kinds of wildlife today. I wonder where he came from. That's funny. Still waiting. We got about 15 minutes until hunting hours is over. I don't know if you can see, but that raccoon is climbing the tree. Interesting. Well, guys, hunting for today is over. I hope I got some good footage. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching it. Didn't shoot anything, but I actually didn't intend on shooting anything today. We've more or less seen what's on the property, and looks like we got a pretty good selection. Once the rut kicks in, with all the doe on the property, hopefully we'll see some big bucks come through. So, with that said, hey, please like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to check back for some more hunting videos, and then soon enough we'll be shooting some snowmobile videos. So, alright guys, catch you later. Out.